it took was one murder, one secret, and the Justice League realizing the worst threat to their identities was the mess they made themselves. We start with a home invasion that feels way too human for a superhero book. Sue Dibney, wife of the elongated man, gets attacked in her own apartment and doesn't make it. The League comes running like a family in shock, because that's what they are here, and Ralph falls apart in front of everyone. It's raw, it's ugly, and it slams this story straight into a detective thriller with capes trying to hold it together. Right away, they do what heroes always say they do. They investigate. Street guys hit the pavement, big brains hit the lab, and every villain with a history of stalking heroes gets dragged under a microscope. The top suspect is Dr. Light, because years ago he fixated on the League in a way that wasn't just creepy, it was monstrous. That whisper comes back like a bad memory nobody wants to say out loud. And here's the part DC fans either argue about or never bring up at parties. Back in the day, Dr. Light assaulted Sue on the League's own satellite. It shattered the team. And instead of just throwing him in a cell and dealing with the fallout, a small group of Leaguers Green Arrow, Hawkman, Zatanna, Black Canary, Atom made a choice. They used magic to rewrite his mind, scrubbed him down until he was basically a punchline. That wasn't a one-time thing. That was the day they slid down a steep hill. Because once that door's open, you start thinking maybe it's okay to nudge other villains who learn your names. Then one night, Batman walks in mid-spell and catches them. They don't talk him down. They erase his memory, too. Congratulations. That's the exact moment the League's halo cracks and never quite shines the same again. Back in the present, Dr. Light remembers everything. The humiliation, the violation, all of it. And he's not hiding in a bunker. He hires the most efficient one-man SWAT team in comics. Deathstroke. When the League shows up, Deathstroke fights like he downloaded a counter for everybody. He outthinks Flash, disarms Green Arrow, humbles Hawkman, and it takes pure grit and a dirty moving arrow in the eye to break his rhythm. It's ugly, it's fast, and it makes the world feel smaller, like the bad guys finally did their homework. But even after that brawl, the evidence doesn't lock on Light. He's got motive for revenge, sure, but Sue's murder is meticulous, almost surgical. Dr. Midnight finds signs of a microscopic heat burst in her brain. No forced entry, nothing on the cameras, nothing normal about it. Which means someone either shrank, phased, or used a trick the League doesn't see coming. While they're chasing that lead, the danger shifts. It's not just Sue. Someone starts going after heroes' families one by one, pushing every button the League has. Notes get mailed. Doors get jimmied. People who've been safe for years suddenly aren't. And the message is obvious. Your masks don't protect the people you love. Then the night goes from bad to nightmare. Jack Drake, Tim Drake's father, gets a package in the mail with a gun and a message that basically screams, "You're about to die, good luck." At the same time, Captain Boomerang, who's been washed up and broke so long it's his brand, gets hired for one last job. He kicks in Jack's door, and it's chaos in a living room. 2 shots, 2 bodies, and Robin shows up just in time to watch his world collapse. The shock hits the community like a bomb. Heroes start treating their loved ones like porcelain, and villains smell blood in the water. Meanwhile, Green Arrow lays out the truth to Wally and a couple of others about what really happened with the mind wipes. Because secrets don't stay buried forever. You can feel the team fracturing in slow motion, some saying the old decision saved lives, others saying it killed their soul. With the list of suspects thinning, the science points somewhere uncomfortable. If Sue was killed from inside the room with no one there, and the attack looked microscopic, you start looking at shrinking tech. You start looking at the atom, which is great for tension and awful for friendship, because Ray Palmer is the guy everybody trusts to do surgery on a Starship engine while blindfolded. The idea that anyone could use his gimmick to hurt a friend is the kind of thing that makes the League stare at each other a little too long. So now the board's set. A violation in the past, a murder in the present, and a ripple of fear hitting every secret identity in the DCU. The League keeps chasing the obvious monsters while the real answer waits in the quiet space between panic and guilt. And the worst part? The killer isn't trying to end the world. They're trying to fix a relationship, which somehow makes it even more twisted. So he does the thing he's been avoiding since the night the world cracked. He goes to Jean, the woman who almost died. The woman who suddenly has guards outside her door 24/7. The woman whose disaster pulled him right back into orbit. He brings flowers because that's what you do when you're trying to be gentle with a wrecked life. But he's not here for gentle. He's here because every terrible clue keeps circling the same center. And when she opens the door, the way she clings to him feels less like panic, more like relief that the plan got him home. Word spreads fast. The big fight's over, but the fallout's the real boss battle. Rifts open where friendships used to be. Wally looks at Ollie and Zatanna and hears about lines they crossed, and the speedster who outruns everything can't get away from that. Batman says nothing, which is worse than yelling, because the last time his friends took a shortcut, they did it in his head. Ralph sits in a room built for legends and holds a picture frame like a life raft. There's no villain to punch, no plot twist that brings her back. He solved the case and hates the answer, which is the ugliest kind of victory.